Well, g'day, and welcome back to Zhaoqing. So today we are on our way to the fairly newly opened Zhaoqing Museum. It's been open for just over a year, maybe 18 months. I haven't been there before myself, so we're going to learn about it together. Yeah, I haven't been because with all the COVID stuff happening, it was just too difficult. So now all the restrictions have been lifted. We are going to go and have a look and see what we have around here. So as we're walking here, I'm just going to film a little bit of the alleyways here so that you can have a look. We can see here on our left this wonderful piece of artwork that has been put up along this wall. This has been here for quite some time. I'm not actually sure how old it is, but yeah, it's see if we can see what it's made of. Okay, so it's fairly solid. So it's made out of some sort of, doesn't feel like cement, some sort of plaster. Yeah. So where are we now? We are inside the boundaries of the ancient city wall that we showed you earlier. So this is very, very old part of the city. It's been around a long time. And yeah, this is, I don't know how much of this is going to disappear as they redevelop all of this area. Hopefully they keep some of this old stuff around and just refurbish stuff and make stuff look better. Yeah, I would hate to see them lose all of the heritage here, but we'll see what happens. So up on the right here we have a notice board. You see these quite regularly around the place, just giving notices of what's happening and stuff like that. You see businesses posting messages, so they might be food delivery companies, they might be water delivery, because you don't drink the tap water here. So everybody buys them big 20 litre, I think they're 20 litre jugs of water, which they can then put onto the water dispensing thingy bobs they have here. And yeah, you don't drink the tap water. I believe you can boil it and then drink it, but I've never done that. So here we have on the left here something that, see, this looks very much older than a lot of stuff that's around it. So we see here, these here are all been boarded up, so I imagine all of this is going to be coming down. I imagine that's why it's all boarded up. And we're coming up now to the end of this little section, and we're going to find ourselves a museum. So we're going to explore the museum together. I've never been in there before. I can't tell you at this stage whether we're looking at it, whether it's an art museum or a history museum, science and technology, culture. It could be any type of thing. I'm not sure. So let's go and be surprised. So as we turn around here and have a look at the building, you can see it's very new, very modern. Looks like 1, 2, maybe 3 floors. Plus there's another section down under the ground. So let's go have a look and see what we can see. So we are inside the museum now. And as we turn our camera around, the first thing you see is this huge big mural in front of the main entrance. So we're going to take a stroll around, have a look at everything we can see, and yeah, hopefully show you something cool. So looks like over this side we have artwork and calligraphy sort of stuff. So yeah, calligraphy is a very, very popular. A lot of people practice calligraphy and like to make it an artistic style. And then next to that we have these artworks. So as we walk around, yeah, we might have to do another trip in here sometime and bring a Chinese speaker with us, and we might even, you know, make a 4 or 5 part video showing the entire museum and get full context on what everything is for you. But at this point in time, we're just going to have a quick look around, have a look at each section as we go and see what we've got. So this first sort of area here is just artwork. So we've got 1, 2, 3 columns of artwork here, and then there's more down the far side that we'll go and have a look at in a minute. Hello. Then in here we have some just artifacts. I don't know if these are for sale or they're just here on display. So we see a lot of things here, you know, snacks and the like that people will eat, drink while they're here. Well, stuff that's sort of native to the Zhaoqing area. But then we have things like, wow, look at this amazing piece of artwork here. Absolutely beautiful. I could use one of them on my wall in my house. Oh, look at this boat. So it's all done with gold and beads, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And here we have a tower. And then over this side, oh, look at these pieces of jewelry. So let's zoom in on this little headpiece here. Looks like gold and jade. Absolutely stunning. And then as we come around to the other side, we see more. These are all the sort of local snack foods that people eat here. Different sorts of biscuits, rice cakes, all this sort of stuff. So having had a look at this, we're now going to move through to our next part of the museum. Okay, so as we head into the next part of the museum here, look at these walls, they're absolutely amazing. So we see if we can see, what are these made of? Okay, so that feels like some sort of concrete. These beautiful characters. Gorgeous dragon up the top there. And then in the center part here we have a video playing from projectors behind us. So, doesn't really give us a clue as to what this part of the museum is all about. Okay, so this is looking more like the ground construction, how the land lies here. So, as we come through here, so here we have the origin of the Cantonese. We have some English here. So Lingnan enjoys superior natural environment, warm and rainy climate, abundant fauna and plants and freshwater resources. And therefore Zhaoqing area has been habitable for human beings to live and multiply since ancient times. Zhaoqing provided an ideal living place for the primitive people with unique geological conditions and numerous natural caves. Zhaoqing is the cradle of Lingnan human beings and the Lingnan civilization. So we have more here to read, but is there anything that's, no, we're having a quick look. We're not going to get stuck on things. So here we have fossils from ancient times, which all sorts of things. We have quite a bit of information here. It's all in Chinese, so it's very hard to So I see the number there, 11,930. So that might be the age of this fossil. And 1965 and 1989-90. So that must be when they were doing digs in these areas, I'm guessing. Here we have some dioramas of the ancient peoples, how they lived. And as we move through, looks like we have another diorama here. Okay, so this one is of a excavation site. We see it above, we actually have the pictures. So these are from 1986, 1987, and looks like they were digging up things from 6,000 to 7,000 years ago. So we have more dioramas over this side here. So this must be a little bit later than the other dioramas. We have, looks like more modern tools, housing, stuff like that. Coming over here, we have these, I have no idea what these are. Maybe somebody can tell me. So a lot of this area is revolving around archaeology and the history of the place here. Oh, look at this floor. So down under the floor we actually have a sort of mock-up of an archaeological site, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Okay, here we have an old crossbow mechanism. So up above we actually have a diagram of how it would work, picture of the crossbow itself, and a man using the crossbow. So as we carry on through, here we see some carvings. Must have been, I don't know, carvings of people, carvings of maybe gods or something. Ancient writings, so if we can get, so this is from around the year 317 to 420. I'm guessing AD, but maybe BC, I'm not sure. Very old. Okay, we're coming into the first upstairs section here now, and as we walk in we see this beautiful entranceway guarded by two stone lions, which is done in the local style here. Here we see a model of what may have been a temple, may have been a house. Back in the old days, I would think if it was a house, it would be a mansion. It would be something that people would pay a lot of money for back in the day, not for the normal person. So we see more ancient artifacts here. So it looks like here we're moving forward to the Tang dynasty. Okay, so during the Sui and Tang dynasties, Lingnan was still a remote and wild place compared to the Central Plain. But Zhaoqing boasted the first Guangdong-born Zhengyuan, the imperial exam champion, also the youngest winner of the title in ancient China. Officials who failed in the political struggles in the Tang dynasty were often demoted to Lingnan, among them Prime Minister-ranked officials such as Wei Yuanzhong, Wei Chengjing, and more than a dozen others, as well as famous writers and poets Song Jiwen, Shen Chengqi, and Li Yong, all of whom inevitably brought the advanced agriculture and ideological culture of northern China to Zhaoqing, leaving behind beautiful cliff inscriptions and magnificent poems. So, yes, as we look through here, Okay, Zhaoqing witnessed the prosperity of Buddhism culture in Tang Dynasty and contributed greatly to the localization and transmission of Buddhism values. Huineng, the sixth then patriarch, transformed Buddhism to suit Chinese ethics and morality. Monk Shitu integrated Buddhism with Chinese Taoism to enhance the flexibility of Zen Buddhism. Zen master Zhaoqing and his followers created Baiyun Temple at Mount Dinghu. Japanese monk Yoi, after the failure of the fifth eastward crossing of Japan with monk Jianzhen, travelled to Zhuangzhou where he died of illness at Longxing Temple. So Buddhism, another very, very old characteristic here. So we see more of these artifacts from the later periods. So this looks like coins, ancient coins. And then this ancient stone tablet. So when is this from? The dates they give here are between 960 and 1279 AD. And then over the side we see this absolutely beautiful Buddha statue. So a lot of people here still hold on to a lot of Buddhist values. They're not so entwined with Buddhism anymore, but it's still a big part of their lives. You know, the effects that Buddhism has had on the local culture. Okay, next part of the museum. As we walk in, we see this map of the Zhuangzhou area. And then this gorgeous statue here. And then we'll go for a little walk around this side here. So more old artifacts. So this looks like a map of the southern part of China, giving idea of the different peoples who lived in different places. So here we have all the different sorts of water vessels, from the small on the left here to the large water jugs on the right. So yeah, water would have been a huge part of the culture here, getting fresh drinking water, lake culture all over the world. Oh, what have we got here? Some sort of machine. Okay, we have Zhaoqing chiming clock from the Matteo Ricci clockmaking workshop number 1. Okay, so Matteo Ricci was a Catholic Jesuit? I'm not sure, some sort of a priest from Italy who actually lived in Zhaoqing for a number of years back in the 1600s. I would have to confirm that, but yeah, a long time ago. He was one of the first European religious folk to come to China and spread the word of Western religion. Okay, so moving on to our next section here. Which way should we go? We'll go around to the right here. So this looks like butterflies in here. So we have these butterflies, almost look like they're put on fans that are made in the shape of leaves. And then over here we have some framed butterflies, different breeds of butterfly. Some in enamel, so preserved that way. And then yeah, we have a lot of this sort of thing in here. So okay, we have some over here that are mounted more on, as they would be in life, mounted on sticks. And then this wonderful artwork up high above here. So yeah, if we go up to Dinghu Mountain, which we will do a trip up there one day, there's actually an area up there called Butterfly Lake, which you take a boat over to the other side of the lake, and there's a park there where you can actually walk through an enclosure which is just full of butterflies. So yeah, we'll take you there for a walk one day for sure. Okay, moving on to our next section. This looks like it might be Gem and Mao. But I'll have to check. There's no English writing there. So over this side we have a lot of these ink pots, ink wells used for writing. These are all made locally here. I believe the material comes from the bottom of the river that runs through here, through Zhaoqing. So it doesn't look like there's any English language stuff here to show you, but there is some beautiful artwork up on the walls here. Yes, definitely a place I'm going to have to come back and spend some time here when I'm not filming, so I can just look around and enjoy these things. And yeah, if people are interested, like I said earlier, send me a message and we will come back and do a more detailed walkthrough and I'll try and bring somebody who can translate for us. Okay, our next section of the museum here looks to be all to do with water. Lots of water carrying jugs. Looks like we have a little teapot over here. So this dates from 1636. So quite an old artifact. And then as we carry on through here, we'll see if we have any English writing that can give us a bit more information here. Wow, look at this wonderful water vessel here. So yes, this looks like this whole section is really dedicated to water, which, as we said, is a very important part of life for every culture. It's wonderful. The colours, I don't know how well the colours of these are coming up, but if you look at between these two, one's a beautiful bronzy gold colour and the other one's some sort of purple coming through. I don't know if that's the colour of the metal or whether that's just age and some sort of wear on the pots. But if we look at it from this side, okay, so it might just be the light. It's hard to see through the camera, but looking from this angle, they actually both look the same colour. So it might just be a trick of the light. And then down here we have these wonderful looking pieces. So looking again, so 1912, 1636. 1912. So here we have a little reading area where we have some books you can come and sit down, have a look at, learn a bit more about what we're looking at. I have a couple of tables set up here to sit down at, do a little further research if you're so inclined. I might have to try and see if I can find any English language books in there next time I come. I would love to learn a little bit more. Okay, we have one more section that we're going to try and find for you, if we can. There's a section downstairs here, but I'm not actually sure how to get there. So we're going to go and have a little look and see what we can find. So down the bottom here, So down the bottom here looks like more modern art exhibits sort of thing. So we're just going to take, it looks like just one room down here. So we're going to just have a look at some of these pieces. This is absolutely stunning piece of artwork. So it's a peacock on some sort of disc. Then as we head over this way, we have a beautiful piece of gold and jade jewellery. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, this is similar, but we have looks like a peacock on the front of here. And then over the other side we see some trophies and the like. It doesn't really give us any sort of idea. Okay, we've got one over here, it says Maker on the top. So this might be prizes for artwork. I'm not sure if they're local competitions or Zhaoqing or Guangdong-wide competitions or further afield. Okay, so now we're getting more of an idea. So here we see pictures of some of the artists, I imagine, who made some of this artwork that we're looking at. These pictures here are just stunningly beautiful. I might have to come shopping. Okay, then we have an example of a lot of the things we use for the art. So we have some string, wire, cord, paints, tweezers, glues, and some of the cutting tools and tweezers and the like. Then heading around to our next little section here. Okay, so these might be molds and the like for actually using to create some of the artwork. And as we carry on around, oh look up, so hard to get stuck looking one way and you miss something else here. Just beautiful, beautiful, fine work. Look at this gorgeous bird. So this is all made out of, looks like some kind of wire. Refocus. So yeah, that's using those coils of wire and the whole bird is constructed out of this stuff. Same over here with this one. Okay, carrying on around to our right. Got some more jewellery and a doll wearing some of this jewellery. Some more of this amazing artwork. So more gear down here. Okay, so I'm guessing this here must be the artist who created this stuff. It is absolutely stunning, some of this work. Oh. As we come through, look at this. This picture up here, beautiful again. Just absolutely amazing work. Must take so much time to be able to do some of this. I don't know, I'm no artist, but I know what I like. And this is all pretty good stuff. And as we come around the other side here, we can have a look at this. A couple of beautiful pieces underneath this massive big picture up above. And our last few artifacts here. So, I believe that is everything there is to see here in Zhaoqing Museum. I hope you've enjoyed. If you would like to see more, let me know. It is free entry, so if you want to learn more, I can come back, bring a Chinese speaker, and we can do some more videos and hopefully provide some translation, some more information for you. Yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Help the algorithm of YouTube push the videos onto more people. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a grand day, and I will see you all in the next one.